we are definitely concerned after another loss from our LA Dodgers. Hey, this is Mike Nelson of Dodgers Digest. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Right now, 94% of you are not yet subscribed. I want to thank the 5% of you that have already hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any big Dodger content. Let's get right into it. The Dodgers, of course, lose today to the St. Louis Cardinals. Second game of a 3-game set, 5-2. The Dodgers have now lost 3 out of the last 4 games. It has been definitely a struggle all of a sudden as of late on their road trip after winning their first 2 games in Milwaukee on this Midwest road trip. Midwest in the summer is not a fun place to be. I really feel for those guys. But anyway, the Dodgers won the first 2 games in Milwaukee, and then things have kind of gone south since then, losing twice, beating Milwaukee twice, and then losing twice. Winning yesterday 7-6 in a wild game, barely holding on. The bullpen was just really holding on yesterday. Somehow did it. And then tonight, things just did not work out. Bobby Miller had a tough game. Starting pitcher tonight for the Dodgers. We got the tough news yesterday that Tyler Glasnow was not going to pitch due to injuries. That was already tough out of the gate. So the Dodgers were already up against it and, end up losing 5-2. But there was definitely an eventful moment in this ball game that I think it got the whole world talking. And that's because we have the most amazing outfielder in Major League Baseball. Look at Mookie Betts, man. Look at how he sells this call. I mean, that is just amazing. That play alone, look at this. I mean, for me, as a Dodger fan, that's a catch. Although, of course, if you look at it objectively, it looks like it does maybe hit the ground. But take a look at that. I mean, that is going to live on in Dodger lore, right? I mean, that's going to be, they're going to make T-shirts of this. I'm sure there'll probably be a bobblehead eventually with this, that look for Mookie Betts with the ball, just showing up man, I made the catch. I mean, that is just so awesome. I mean, you just can't beat that. I mean, Mookie Betts is just the coolest guy ever, and for him to make that play, let's take a look at that again. I mean, just a crazy play here in the first inning. Yeah, that looks like it hits the ground. But, I mean, that is just so awesome, man. Mookie Betts, you're the best. Look at that. I mean, what a way to sell the call. I mean, that was the highlight of the game for me. I mean, the first inning, just seeing that already was an awesome highlight there for Mookie Betts. And just shows you what an awesome character this guy is, right? He's just one of those guys that is just awesome, really fun to watch. He's a fun player, but of course there always has to be, guys that just don't like fun, right? There's always going to be people, there's always going to be party poopers out there, Debbie Downers, right? There's always going to be those kind of people. And today, take a look at just another shot here. Look at that. I mean, that is just so awesome. But going back to my point, there's always going to be people that just don't like the Dodgers. And in this case, today it was Adam Wainwright. Yes, we had to sit through 3 hours of former St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Adam Wainwright making his pretty, biased takes and at points, at times, dumb takes, as you can see LA Sports Fan for Life tweeted out. The tweets from angry Dodger fans all night was definitely funny to watch. I mean, the Dodgers, of course, are on national TV a lot. I mean, let's just face it, we're the best team in baseball, so we're going to be on national TV. And today was one of those nights, one of those afternoons here for us in LA, afternoon, 4 o'clock start. And we had to listen to Adam Wainwright, give his takes, and it kind of all kicked off with his anger toward Mookie Betts for making that play. I mean, you could definitely hear the anger in Mookie Betts and in Adam Wainwright's voice. When Mookie Betts makes that play, and he's all like, oh, that hit ground. For me, that's not a catch. I mean, you could tell right away that Adam Wainwright was just not happy at all with Mookie Betts making that play. And that was just really funny to watch. And, this goes back, if you're a Dodger fan, that Adam Wainwright, I mean, this guy hasn't liked the Dodgers for a long time, right? I mean, take a look at this. This is like, I think, 7 years ago? There was a pitch at, Puig, Yasiel Puig. Love that guy. So, yeah, I mean, he has never liked the Dodgers. I mean, it's so obvious every time he calls the games how he's just so biased against the team. It's yeah. I mean, I don't really like to listen to Adam Wainwright call Dodger games. He shouldn't be on Dodger games, period, because he clearly can't call the game objectively. Because and especially tonight, think about it. The Dodgers were playing against the Cardinals. I mean, you could tell he was rooting for the Cardinals all night long. And of course, was happy to see the Cardinals win tonight. But Adam Wainwright, this goes back a long time, and of course, the real kicker has to be this. I mean, the home run from Justin Turner. Remember JT in the NL wildcard game in 2021? To tie up the ball game in the 4th inning. I was at Dodger Stadium that night. I will never forget that game. Never forget it. Chris Taylor hitting the walk-off home run to win the ball game. Yeah, look at Adam Wainwright. Look at that. Let me go back to that. Look. I mean, that was the moment. This is Adam Wainwright at Dodger Stadium. Yes, I know you don't like the Dodgers. That is exactly what reminds you when you see Dodger blue, and that's okay because you were never a great pitcher. But anyway, the Dodgers end up hitting the home run there to tie up the ball game. I mean, that was just amazing to watch. JT, I miss that guy so much. Wish he was still with us. Different angles here. And yeah, that home run was awesome to be. It was probably one of the funnest games to go to as a fan, being there at the ballpark that night, for sure. You know, checking out my Dodgers in a must-win ball game 3 years back to go to the NLDS against the San Francisco Giants. Remember that? The Dodgers and Giants played in the NLDS, and we won in 5 games. The first time the Dodgers and Giants ever played in the playoffs. Remember that? That was so fun to watch, right? I was at Game 4 and Game 5 of that NLDS. I went to LA for Game 4, a must-win for the Dodgers that the Dodgers took care of, and then I flew up to San Francisco to watch Game 5, winner take all. Cody Bellinger will forever be a Dodger legend, getting the winning hit. What a great game that was. But anyway, yeah, going back to the original point here, going back to 2024, Adam Wainwright, we don't like you because you don't like us. So yeah, we know that. Anyway, Dodgers pitching is still a concern, unfortunately. That's the name of the game for sure for the Dodgers. The Dodgers pitching is still a concern. Look at Bobby Miller tonight, giving up 8 hits. A rough game, to say the least. Charged with 4 runs. Just really concerning. You know, you could tell from the get-go. Even Ken Rosenthal said on the broadcast, Fox sideline reporter said, you know, the Dodgers have no idea what they're going to get from Bobby Miller, which is kind of crazy to hear. You don't want to hear that. You want to know what you're going to get from your pitcher. But the Dodgers at this point didn't know what they were going to get, so that wasn't good. And but of course, the highlight of the Dodgers pitching, I wanted to shed light on Michael Kopech. I mean, the guy has been amazing. What an amazing start to his Dodger career. Look at this. Perfect. Hasn't given up any runs. I mean, the guy has been absolutely perfect when he's up there pitching. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel for sure for the Dodgers, right? There has to be. Michael Kopech is that. Michael Kopech gives us hope that the Dodgers bullpen can eventually turn around. Maybe he's our Dennis Eckersley, right? Maybe he's a guy. Dennis Eckersley was an elite, of course, reliever for the Oakland Athletics. Originally was a starter, but then eventually was that elite reliever for the A's in the 80s. Of course, Eckersley did give up the most famous Dodger home run in 88, so hopefully Michael Kopech isn't that. But look at 89, Eckersley was great, and of course ended up winning the World Series. So maybe Michael Kopech could be that guy for us, right? He could be that elite pitcher out of the bullpen. So there's still some hope. And, you know, tough loss for the Dodgers. Game 3 tomorrow. Got to get a win. San Diego won tonight, unfortunately, so they gained a game on us. Arizona luckily lost, so that's good. The Brewers won. Phillies won. So, yeah, definitely a huge ball game tomorrow. Dodgers got to find a way to win in a hot St. Louis. It's going to be a 1 o'clock start. I feel for the guys playing in that hot, humid weather. I lived in the Midwest during the summer, and it was really bad. So go Dodgers. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Dodger content.